yesterday. Warm and sunny. Boater's Paradise, calm and flat was the Atlantic. Several boats tested. However, they're not banking on duplicating those conditions here today. The weather here off of Deerfield Beach is very cloudy, 91 degrees. Possibility, as we said, of storms. The seas are 2 to 3 feet. Now let's take a look at the lineup. Sloppy Joe's in Superboat, Big Thunder in Superboat. The Limited, Drambuie on Ice, Big Thunder Marine, Seascape, along with Riveted, Fountain Mercury. In the Super V, Lip Ship Special, Horn, Powerboats Flyer, and Fountain. And various other classes, a total of 30 boats here today, Stan. That's a pretty good representation, but they're going to have their work cut out for them looking at this water. Here's our starting lineups in the stock classes also, and they'll have to, those little boats will have a really rough time out here.
That they certainly will. I'm just hoping that those Thunder Boomers hold off until we can get this race under our belt.
Production A, manufactured class, they're all here. A beautiful shot from our helicopter. Boca Raton Inlet is where the 30-some boats are coming out just north of Deerfield Beach for this big race. It's the Jamaican Click Band in the pits here at the second annual Deerfield Beach Grand Prix. How is the second event different from the first?
Bigger and better, and thanks to the association, all the racers, we're going to have a good time today.
SBI looks forward to coming back many more years.
Well, we hope so. We want to make this top venue.
The pace boat into position to start the race is the first wave of Superboats and the Super Vs set to go into action, and the others will be standing by for their green flag.
Well, if you don't want to play, get off the porch, because these are the big boys. As we look over the shoulder of James Lee, driver of Big Thunder Marine, that's the view he has, Jim, as he watches for that green flag to be raised.
A very exciting part of the race now. They're really getting into it. The adrenaline is flowing. Look how dark those clouds are as we look to the stern of Big Thunder Marine here on this Atlantic Ocean course.
And I just saw some lightning come in from those Thunder clouds as well. We're now on number 8. This is the other Big Thunder entry over the shoulder of veteran throttle man Joey Impressia. He's seeing a lot of spray in this Superboat Limited class.
The Superboats are heading for the starting line now. Rooster tails are starting to rise. Look at the helicopters in place. Some of our cameras are aboard those. And, of course, the Angel 1 and Angel 2, which is our safety choppers. Very important in this race. Welcome back to South Florida, Deerfield Beach, to be exact. Jim Hendrick along with Stan Lane. And our Superboat leader is number 10, Big Thunder. And on their hip, look at Drambuie, the number 4 boat challenge in this race.
Wow, this is impressive. A super limited boat showing the Superboat just how much power they have as we go to our second wave. These are the smaller boats, Jim. The A-class, production class, Super V. And you see leading the way already is that the B boat, which is amazing. The B boat is leading a Super V boat with a lot less horsepower. That, of course, is Instigator.
Dave Peterson, the driver of this Frayed Knot A boat. The camera right behind his helmet. And his throttle man directly behind him in line, James Madden. As we said, we have several cameras in several classes. Whoa! Hang on, man. This is a big ride.
You'll notice the flat right attitude of this hull design. It's a Harry Shoal design. It's got a huge single step in the middle of the boat. They got a little loose there, though, on that turn.
These seas are getting rougher now, and those clouds are getting darker as we look at the Haviland. Robert McElhenney.
We're hearing from race control, Jim, that this boat right here may have jumped the start, and if that is true, then they will be penalized by head referee Mike Drury.
On board once again, Doug Kelly, the driver. Rumor has it.
This, of course, is an S boat. It's got the safety canopies. This is a small boat, a 30-foot boat, so you can see all the wave action that this boat is taking.
Looking at the leaders into turn 2, look at the wide line that the Drambuie number 4 is taking to leave room for that Superboat on the inside. That's very wise to do that in safety, really.
Well, you must maintain your lane in the turns, and of course, turn 2. But Forrest Barber, in my opinion, is swinging out a little bit too wide now. You don't want to scrub off too much speed, but the Big Thunder Marine boat, see, he took the narrow line, and of course, the shortest distance between two.
This weather is worsening as we look at the A38. Holy cow. You see how dark those clouds are getting, and the water is really kicking up now. They may have to make some decisions here. I don't think they're going to go 18 today.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
International International Racing from Deerfield Beach, Florida. A very unusual day on the Atlantic, and let's bring you up to date. In the Superboat Limited class, Reggie Fountain is out with steering problems. Trambuie is the leader, while the Sea Escape is running third. Clay Wilson, the driver, the veteran throttle man, Errol Lanier. Earlier, we got an explanation on some roll cage design engineering on a new limited boat.
This is a brand new canopy. Unlike a NASCAR canopy, this canopy is designed to support the glass and not support the load of the boat. In the event of a rollover, this 0.95 inch and 3/4 diameter steel tube supports the glass. There's a lot of dynamic loads that go on in a rollover from different quarters, and the loads become tremendous. The glass is off of an E6 jet aircraft and is designed to absorb a lot of load and a lot of shock. We relied on computers, loads, looked at a lot of tapes, a lot of videos of accidents, and determined what the average accident was and what a freak or an unusual accident is, including going in backwards. The only penalty to this stand is the weight.
Florida, current leader, Superboat number 10. We're behind the driver.
This boat, as we said earlier, is just truly awesome. 4,000 horsepower. But a little earlier in the pits, it wasn't just a party. It was a celebration of Diamond Dave Branch's birthday in the Muscle Pit. And look at that decadent display of big boy toys. And a batch of spicy crawdads for all the guests. Jim, I was actually appalled at how many crawdads you ate.
Made a pick of myself, but it was really, really good.
Some presents for Diamond Dave. This guitar from the rock group Jackal. And 100 yards away at the Cove, more SBI revelry as racers enjoyed each other's company at a pre-race get-together. There's John Carbonell. He loves those parties.
He loves those parties. He never misses a party.
Jack Herrick always in rare form.
Shane Sherman was also enjoying that party as Phil Esposito, the muscle, checking up Sportsman B class. They're in the rough right now. They trail the B1 Instigator. 3-foot waves. The Instigator may have an advantage over that boat. Owner Peter Meyer noted that earlier.
Our boat is heavy, about 1,800 pounds, so it'll make a factor today if it is rough.
On the turns in today's race, with all those turns, does this boat turn better than that power play or about the same?
Well, I think I do have a better driver. Joe is better. I'm not. I will brag about him a little bit, but Dave is very good over there. I'm not going to take anything away from him.
Words of Peter Meyer, and there's a little friendly rivalry going there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how friendly it is, though. It's getting interesting here in SBI action.
In Class A, Performance Marine, a 28-foot power play, is the leader. William Cate, the driver. Patrick Sullivan, the throttle man. 2 men, a boat, and rubber. Boat international action. Deerfield Beach, Florida. A shot from above shows the Big Thunder on the inside is second in Super Limited. Currently, the Sloppy Joes, who is the Superboat points leader to date, is also running second in the Superboat division. Earlier, we took a look at what makes the boat, with Papa Hemingway on its side, really tick.
Dwight Hickey's my crew chief, and every day after work, his work, he's over there helping me every day, and it's basically me and him mostly, and we do a little bit every day to it in between races and just try and keep it fun.
In addition to a minimal crew, Mike's family, Christina on the left and his son Christian right there in the center, cute little guy, they often come along to some of these races, which is good.
Yeah, it just keeps your mind clear and thinking positive for the race, I guess. Make sure all the family problems are good.
Mike's father, Rod Gerard, owns and usually drives, but today, Randy Roberts takes the wheel. He gives credit to the throttle man for the team's success this season.
Well, luckily we got Mike Gerard, one of the best in the business, and he knows what he's doing, and I follow his lead, and we seem to turn out okay.
Sloppy Joe's Superboat points leader, dogged by number 8, Big Thunder Marine Special, in a real good battle here in rough water.
But let's not forget those boats are in separate classes. Sloppy Joe's is trying to overtake the other Big Thunder boat, Extremely Special. Look at this rear view now.
Let's update Superboat International Class Racing here in Deerfield Beach, Florida. In Superboats, number 2, Sloppy Joe's running second, Mike Gerard and Randy Roberts. And while they're running second, our helicopter will show you the distance they have to go to catch the leader, number 10, Big Thunder Marine, with Jim Lee and Robert Morgan. We're looking over the shoulder of the driver, Jim Lee, inside the cockpit.
They're getting a very, very smooth ride here at this point in time. The weather has held off here, and I'm hoping it will continue to hold off, but we are still surrounded by ominous clouds.
Superboat Limited leader number 4, the Drambuie on ice, the team of Forrest Barber and John Tomlinson getting a pretty good ride.
All that hard work has definitely paid off so far. They are the class of the field today in Superboat Limited.
Big Thunder Marine Special running second, Guido Verme, and Joey Impressia. Reminds me, Joey Impressia was married in Key West on a race boat.
He certainly was. Veteran throttle man. He knows exactly what to do and when to do it out there on the boat.
He's on the throttles, and they're passing a boat on his left.
You have to maintain your lane. We said it before. You cannot switch lanes here or accidents will happen.
Boy, look at the air coming under Sea Escape, running third. Boy, give some attention to Errol Lanier on those throttles.
This boat also in Superboat Limited. We've seen quite a bit of attrition in Superboat Limited. This boat is leading in Super V. It's the fountain boat. Art Lilly, of course, on the throttle sticks today.
Back on the Atlantic, SPI racing the Deerfield Beach Grand Prix. Dark clouds have moved in and virtually surrounded this race course.
They are all over us. The racers continue to go, but they're having to slow down a little bit. I can tell just to negotiate what's going on here. Visibility is diminishing.
Big Brother is out in front, the current leader, number 10, Big Thunder, and we're on board.
This is the Big Thunder Extremely Special. They've burned off a lot of fuel. And the more fuel they burn off, the lighter this boat becomes, and it becomes even faster. This boat set, of course, a kilo lap speed record in Key West.
Back a ways, a battle royal in Super V, 3 boats, with V76, the fountain leading. They're still battling right along that shoreline, heading south.
You can see the water conditions have definitely worsened, and it's not that they have big waves, but conditions are very confused. Sloppy seas was the term used earlier.
Boy, we're hitting the rain now, slowing down. Visibility, definitely. Look at the rain come. Look at the visibility. It's disappearing. Be careful, guys.
Now, I'm not only worried about the boats being able to see, but also the helicopters and our medical crews are facing this visibility problem as well. This could get pretty bad up there.
They'll start to slow down now if they can't negotiate the turns. They're looking for the buoys, which is the markers on the course, and they can remember there are ESPN coverage of the Superboat International Deerfield Beach Grand Prix, sponsored by Fountain Powerboats, because there is a difference, and by the city of Deerfield Beach. After a red flag race due to the weather, which seems to have changed again, we get the official word why the race was called.
It was called because of visibility. The choppers lost track of some of the boats and felt that it was necessary to call the race.
Back at the dock, number 10, Big Thunder, is the Superboat winner as they come into the dock. The winner in Super Limited is also in. Let's go down to Stan to talk to them.
Forrest's Drambuie boat was up there with the big dog, that big 4-engine boat, all day long.
You know, we were hanging with them today, Stan. The boat ran really well, and we've stayed tight with them on the straightaways and the corners. They just pulled away from us, but it was a lot of fun racing with those guys.
Johnny, I guess one way to not get hosed down is to stay out front, huh?
Yeah, we like to leave everybody laying out there, and we put some new equipment in the boat, and it ran really strong today, and it showed. It was a great race.
And here's the order finish for Super Limiteds here in this race. Reggie Fountain did not get win number 100. Stan spoke with him when he came in.
Reggie, your fans all around the world, I know, were rooting for you today, but that 100th victory just was a little bit elusive for you.
Yeah, it was. We made some changes just before the race started, and they worked out. We put the right propeller on, and we dropped the drives down, and that worked out, and everything hooked up, but we lost the steering doing that first lap, and at the end of the first lap, it was completely gone, and we couldn't steer the boat anymore, so we had to pull off the course. Matter of fact, we just had to keep going straight past the corner because we couldn't turn it.
The big spectator fleet here today slowed some of the races from returning to the docks, but we understand now that the winner, Big Thunder, is at the winner's dock, and